Welcome to Bike Review Pro, your channel not only for motorcycles and cars but also for legendary machines that shaped the history of technology and engineering. Today, we explore one of the most iconic aircraft ever created, the SR-71 Blackbird, an airplane so advanced that it still captures imaginations decades after its retirement. Known as the fastest jet ever built, the Blackbird remains a symbol of American aerospace dominance and innovation. Origins of the SR-71. The SR-71 Blackbird was born out of the intense geopolitical rivalry of the Cold War. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, the United States needed an aircraft that could penetrate deep into Soviet territory, gather intelligence, and return safely without being shot down. Traditional bombers and spy planes were becoming vulnerable to radar and missiles. Lockheed Martin's legendary Skunk Works division, led by engineer Clarence Kelly Johnson, was given the challenge to design an aircraft that could fly higher, faster, and stealthier than anything else in existence. The result was the SR-71, a reconnaissance plane that became one of the most legendary machines in aviation history. Design philosophy. The SR-71 was designed with a simple but daring philosophy. If it could fly high enough and fast enough, nothing could touch it. To achieve this, Lockheed engineers had to break conventional rules of aircraft design. Its body was crafted primarily from titanium, a material that could withstand extreme heat generated by traveling at speeds beyond Mach 3. At such speeds, the aircraft's skin would heat up to over 500 degrees Celsius, making titanium essential for survival. Even the paint was unique, a special black coating that absorbed heat and gave the aircraft its menacing, stealthy look. This is why the SR-71 earned the nickname Blackbird. The power of speed. The SR-71's speed was its greatest defense. Flying at Mach 3.3, more than 3 times the speed of sound, it could simply outrun enemy missiles. If radar detected a launch, the pilot would increase speed and climb higher, leaving the threat far behind. To put this into perspective, at top speed the Blackbird could cover 1 mile every 2 seconds. From New York to London, it could complete the journey in less than 2 hours, a record unmatched by any airliner even today. Engines and technology. At the heart of the SR-71 were its Pratt and Whitney J58 engines, which were unlike anything else in aviation. These engines were so powerful that they worked as both traditional jet engines and ramjets. At slower speeds, they functioned like normal turbojets. But once the Blackbird accelerated past Mach 2, much of the air bypassed the engine core and flowed directly into the afterburner, essentially turning the SR-71 into a ramjet-powered machine. This hybrid system allowed the Blackbird to sustain speeds above Mach 3 for extended periods, something no other aircraft could achieve. Altitude superiority. The SR-71 routinely flew at 85,000 feet, higher than any other operational aircraft of its era. At that altitude, pilots could see the curvature of the Earth and the darkness of space above. For comparison, most commercial airliners fly at around 35,000 feet, less than half the altitude of the Blackbird. This ability to fly so high meant that surface-to-air missiles had an almost impossible chance of hitting it, and even advanced fighter jets could not match its altitude and speed combination. Reconnaissance capabilities. Unlike bombers or fighters, the SR-71 carried no weapons. Its only purpose was intelligence gathering. The aircraft was fitted with some of the most advanced cameras, sensors, and electronic equipment of its time. From 80,000 feet, its cameras could capture images with incredible clarity, able to read license plates from miles above the Earth. Its sensors could scan electronic communications and radar signals across enemy territories. The data it collected was critical to U.S. military and political leaders during the Cold War, helping them understand Soviet capabilities and intentions. The challenge of maintenance. The SR-71 was a marvel, but it was also extremely complex and expensive to operate. Because it was built mostly from titanium, engineers had to develop new tools, manufacturing processes, and even fuel systems. One fascinating fact is that the Blackbird leaked fuel when on the ground. The special JP7 fuel used in its engines was stable at high temperatures but too thin for normal sealing on the ground. Only when the aircraft heated up at high speeds did the metal expand and the seals tighten, stopping the leaks. Maintenance was so challenging that every flight required a large support crew, specialized equipment, and even refueling aircraft to extend its missions. Records and achievements. The State Route 71 holds numerous aviation records that still stand today. It set the official world speed record for a jet-powered aircraft, Mach 3.3. It set the altitude record at 85,069 feet in sustained flight. In 1976, it flew from New York to London in just 1 hour and 54 minutes. Despite being targeted by over 4,000 missiles during its service life, not a single State Route 71 was ever shot down. These records highlight why the State Route 71 is considered a legend in aviation history. Life as a pilot. Flying the State Route 71 was unlike piloting any other aircraft. Pilots wore pressurized suits similar to those used by astronauts, as the conditions at 85,000 feet were nearly space-like. The cockpit was small and filled with analog dials, yet the aircraft's performance was so extraordinary that pilots often described the experience as riding on the edge of the impossible. Every mission was high risk, high speed, and high altitude, demanding extreme skill and focus. Retirement of the Blackbird. Despite its unmatched performance, the State Route 71 was eventually retired. Its last flights with the U.S. Air Force occurred in the late 1990s. The reasons were mainly economic. The aircraft was extremely expensive to operate, costing tens of thousands of dollars per hour of flight. Additionally, advancements in satellite technology and unmanned drones began to replace the need for manned reconnaissance missions. Satellites could cover more ground at lower risk, while drones provided flexibility at a fraction of the cost. Legacy and influence. Even though it no longer flies, the SR-71's influence remains powerful. It pushed the boundaries of materials science, engine design, and stealth technology. Many of the innovations developed for the Blackbird paved the way for modern stealth aircraft like the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II. Today, the State Route 71 can be found in museums across the United States, where it continues to inspire engineers, pilots, and aviation enthusiasts. Visitors are often struck by its sleek, futuristic design, which looks as if it belongs to the future rather than the past. Cultural impact. The Blackbird also became a cultural icon. It has appeared in movies, documentaries, and even comic books. For example, the X-Men's famous Blackbird jet was directly inspired by the SR-71's design. Its unique shape, speed, and reputation make it instantly recognizable, even to those who may not know much about aviation. Conclusion: the legend lives on. The State Route 71 Blackbird was more than just an airplane. It was a statement of human ambition, engineering brilliance, and Cold War necessity. It demonstrated what was possible when creativity, technology, and determination combined to solve seemingly impossible challenges. Even decades after its retirement, no other aircraft has matched the Blackbird's combination of speed, altitude, and mystery. It remains an engineering marvel, forever remembered as the fastest plane in the world and a legend in aviation history. Thank you for watching this documentary-style feature from Bike Review Pro. If you enjoyed learning about the State Route 71 Blackbird, stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of extraordinary machines.